Okay, that's number one. Number two is eating. So there's a story about this dog that we rescued. His name was Rev. And Rev was an American bulldog, big old American bulldog. He was 10 months old when we got him. He was probably about 125 pounds, and he was muscular. I mean, he just an unbelievable specimen. Happy, friendly. He looked like a pit bull on steroids with a good attitude. And so everywhere I took Rev, I take him to the pet store and everything. I mean, people would just come around, want to meet him, you know, pet him and everything else. So a friend of mine tells me about a place in Newark, New Jersey who had this special dog food. He said, if you got a bulldog, you got to get this special dog food. So I drove 45 minutes down to Newark, New Jersey, this sketchy part of town and everything. I wouldn't go there at night for sure. And I go into this place and I walk in, and I walked in with my dog. And it was like a warehousey type place. There's a guy sitting on a platform. And he looks down, he goes, oh man, he says, that guy's pretty old, huh? And I looked at him, I said, gee, no, he's not old. He's only 5 years old. He goes, oh man. He said, he looks old probably because he's so fat. And I said, what? Fat? And it was like calling my mother fat. Whether she was or not, I mean, I don't even know who you are. Don't call my mother fat. Well, it turns out, he said to me, he said, look, I don't want to insult you, sir. He said, but your dog is overweight. He said, and if he stays at that size because he's so athletic, his hind legs, he's going to get arthritis and his hips are going to go by the time he's 8 years old. So he said, you know, getting on this dog food is the right way to go. So I get the dog food, bring it home, put Rev on it. Within 6 weeks, Rev is from 125, he's down to 105. And he is jacked at this point. I mean, he was jumping over stone walls. He was just, and it wasn't like he looked fat to me, but it's just that, you know, if you know what an American Bulldog's supposed to look like, they hunt wild boar down south. So you got to be in great shape. Well, anyway, I finally read the label on the dog food container, you know, on the bag. And I said, gee, I'm reading it. And I had been looking into, there's no corn, there's no wheat. And it was all like vegetables, some fruits, and a lot of protein and a lot of fats. And I was like, gee, that sounds like this new diet I've been reading about, primal, paleo, you know, which maybe you're familiar with, maybe not. And it's somewhat controversial because in our culture, people are so afraid of fats. There's fat'll make you fat, fat'll give you high cholesterol, blah, 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 whatever, you know, the fear is, the current fear based on questionable science. Well, anyway, I decided, you know what? If Rev could eat like that, I'm going to eat like that. So I went out, I cleaned out all the wheat and corn and garbage from my cupboard and everything, and I started eating like Rev. And there you go. 6 weeks later, guess what? I lost 20 pounds. I went from 225 down to 205, and it was just an amazing experience. And I learned some things about eating that even though I had been through all the diet systems and the quick weight losses, I've been, you know, I got a wedding in 6 weeks, people, and all these quick things. But the incredible things that started happening, not only weight loss wise, but strength wise, in my body at 64 years old was just an amazing thing. So I'd like to share with you some details about that as well. So that's all I'm going to say about it today, but hopefully we can catch up down the road. Thank you very much.